I'm TarotOracle, and this is makeup readings for yesterday when the entire city's power crashed. You know, it all went dark. I was like, what the hell? But yeah, it all went dark. And I'm just sitting here thinking, what happened? And then the internet wouldn't come back on after it came back. So it's a good time for all. So let's do makeup readings. IL, give me a week reading. Use the tarot avatar. Okay, we could use the tarot avatar. It's just for you. Makeup readings, it is. Ace of Cups. Man, this is a week of just combining your socialization skills, talking to other people, getting other people to do. It's a week to try to convince people to do stuff. It really is. Maybe you need help. Maybe you need some sort of assistance with this, that, the other. It definitely is sort of an interactive experience with somebody else. Now, that could be good or bad. It depends on who you have to interact with. Maybe it's a work situation. Maybe you have some drama going on that you need to interact with people for. But either way, the Ace of Cups and the Star, it is about pulling people into your starry direction and convincing them to help you out or to at least point you into the right direction with this. Six of Cups also has that feeling of combining forces with somebody else for a purpose, for a reason. We're not doing this randomly. It's something that we have to do. Knight of Wands, it says there is a level of coercion or convincing or trying to get that stuff done. And, that's the way it happens. That's the way it happens sometimes. You have to get some things done. You have to move things down to the finish line. And it feels like you're going to need some assistance with that. You got the Ace of Cups, may involve the tongue. I mean, I don't know. I'm not you. But it may, you have an Ace of Cups, you have a Six of Cups, you have a Star. This is about getting people to come in your direction into that general thing. So that's sort of a little bit of a week roundup for that. If you're looking for a little more information. Now, it is Tuesday now. It is Tuesday, so the week is going by quickly. You gotta capture that moment when you can. All right, let's see what other things we missed. We had a lot of things we missed in here. YouTube user is next. YouTube user, I appreciate you as always. Greatly appreciate your support and whatnot as we're going through here. YouTube user says, I'm set. I need to move to Toronto, not temporarily, but permanently. Next year, 2023, I won't move without finding a job. That sort of makes sense. You definitely don't want to, use up all of your savings and I think I could get a job. Maybe. And then you're like, oops, probably not the best option. Okay, pretty set wanting to move to Toronto permanently. I'm not going to move without finding a job. Actually see me permanently being happy, moving to Toronto. I mean, maybe Toronto has some more things for you. Three of Pentacles says getting a job's not going to be hard. I mean, around me, literally everybody's hiring. Like at my job, we can't find people. We just can't find people fast enough. So, I do think you're going to get a job. Three of Pentacles with the Emperor. Not only are you going to get a job, you're going to get a job that you need. The Emperor, along with the Magician, I talk about this in so many of my books and whatnot. It does say that this is an opportunity to really get the job that you want. Not something that you kind of need. I'm going to pay bills. This is a job that you want to get. Emperor says, I have the ability. I have the power. I have the beefiness. Is that a word? The beefiness? It sounds like a Wendy's commercial. But the Emperor says, I have the beefiness. I have the ability to make that happen. I do. So yes, you can find a job. Three of Pentacles. Yes, it's going to work. You're not going to have any problems at all. I don't see a big problem at all. Moving permanently. This looks really good. Like the first two cards are just fantastic. Strength. You do need to have a level of patience as you're doing this. You're going to be upset. And I say that because of the Eight of Cups, okay? You're divorcing a lot of stuff around you. I don't know if you have family around you. I know you got N and A over there. You got all of your friends. You're basically just rebooting your life. Are you ready for that? Maybe this is something where look, dude, I've been trying to reboot my life. So, this is my big opportunity. It's your big chance, maybe. And this is a big chance. Three of Pentacles and Emperor is not playing around anymore. This is the chance that you want. But you're abandoning everything. I mean, I think that's the idea. You're abandoning everything. There's a price to pay for that. I'm sorry. rebooting your life. It's going to be lonely. It's going to be, where you're going to be trying to find friends, but you're busy at work. It's going to be lonely. It's going to feel like you don't have the support that you need. It's going to feel like you just, maybe this is a new chance that you want. That's fine. Ultimately, is that something you're willing to just basically reboot your life? Are you ready to hit that power button on the computer of your life and say, screw it. It's a hard reboot, boys. But a strength at 8 of Cups, you better have a pretty good personality and emotional grounding before you do it. Because the 8 of Cups is a bad card. It just says that there is a level of abandonment. I feel like I abandoned everybody. I feel like everything's really going downhill. I mean, there's a price to pay for this. Can you do it? 3 of Pentacles and the 3 of Pentacles and Emperor says yes, but is there going to be a price to pay? The other 2 cards say yes too. So is that a good, nice mix? Maybe. I'm not you. I don't know where you're going. Well, I know where you're going, but I don't know what you're gonna do here. What kind of seriousness are you gonna apply to this? Because this is pretty hefty. This is you're not playing around anymore. General for Dorothy. Let's go with some teddy bears. You knew we were going to some teddy bears. We got a little bit of a teddy bear action over here. Y'all like, what is it? That's a little. No, it's not the little booty teddy. That's the wrong booklet. Oops, that is the wrong booklet. But yeah, Dorothy, let's get you a little bit of a general action again. We are here because we had a big power outage last night, right dead center of the stream. That was kind of a pain in the butt. So we're going to have to come in here and redo some readings, redo this stuff and make it happen for the good of the channel. Because yeah, that was not good. Okay, General Dorothy. The world, everything's going all right. I mean, I don't see anything just dramatic here. Normally when we do a general, first thing I'm going to look for is something dramatic. I actually had a private reading last night where somebody said, hey, give me a warning. I'm like, what do you mean? Like don't jump out in front of the bus or what? Like what? And they're like, no, give me a warning. Like warn me about something that's coming. And so now I'm like constantly thinking about that. I've never really had that question before. It's like, I guess I want something out of a movie. Give me a warning. But that's an interesting question. I think I hope more people sort of do that, but I don't know. But that assumes something bad is going to happen to you. It's kind of unusual. But anyway, but I kind of like now I'm kind of scanning, looking for a warning. I guess. And I guess observer error. Just because you bought a Toyota, now you notice all the Toyotas around. Anyway, the world. This says that you have a lot of potential, you have a lot of movement, you have a lot of excitement going on now. In other words, it doesn't look boring. It doesn't look too boring. Even if it is a relatively quiet, stable, whatnot, it does also seem like that there are a lot of potential things happening. So you have a lot of things hovering around you that need to happen. Maybe they need to be addressed and need to be looked into, need to be moved forward, whatnot. You do have a level of disappointment with kind of what's been going on so far. So the tarot recognizes that we have some disappointment, what's been happening, what's been going on, maybe not the optimum situation for us. Big choices, big decisions need to be made soon. And you're going to be able to do that, no problem. Just be aware that you are going to be in a situation where you do have to make some hard choices coming up. And I think that's the biggest thing here. You're looking for hard choices. It's not going to be too bad. But yeah, there are some hard choices, some big choices to be made up in here. If you're ready for that, if you're prepared for that, I think it'll be okay. Just be aware that this is definitely not something you want to play around with or, not decide. So I think that's the thing, right? Where sometimes you have to just make a decision in order to make the decision. I know that doesn't make any sense, but you know what I'm saying? You have to make a decision on stuff. You can't just go forth and not ever decide anything and be like, I think it'll be all right. Then yeah, you just have to make some decisions. Decisions are coming, and that's going to be a good thing. Definitely going to be a good thing because you're at a level to where you do need to make some decisions and make some changes and kind of where you're at. So that is the general. And the last reading we'll put up the teddy bear. The last reading is going to be YouTube user. YouTube user want to know, if I able to get out of a call center environment in the corporate sector of the company by the end of 2022. Okay, we want to move up. We don't want to be in a call center. We don't want to be answering the phones. Ain't nobody got time to answer the phones. So can we get out of, whoa, I got a jumper. Can we get out of that? Justice. Ooh, that's kind of a nice, that is kind of a nice card to have there. I mean, it does mean that there are balances, there are things to weigh and things like that. I think that you're looking at okay, you are looking at a level of education that you need to sort of bump yourself up. So in other words, I'm stuck at a call center. This is what I do. It's kind of a job that, that I do, and I want to expand. In general, everybody wants to expand. I don't think anybody's going to walk into the call center and they're going to be like, dude, this is the life I've always been wanting to lead. This is the destiny for me. So it's clear that not everybody wants to do that forever. So High Priestess says they are going to lock it down behind a learning wall. In other words, you got to do something. Maybe get a cert, maybe get some training, maybe watch some videos, maybe go back to school. So in order to bump yourself out of that environment, you're going to be competing with everybody else, which wants to bump themselves out of that environment. And that makes sense, obviously. Call center is not your destiny job. So in that competition means that they are going to have requirements. So you need education, you need a cert, you need something to bump yourself up. Can I just magically bump myself up? Sure, I guess it's possible. But again, all 200, 300, 5,000 people in that call center all want to do the same thing. So they're going to have to put it behind a learning wall. And you're going to say, look, y'all need to jump through these hoops if you want to graduate out of there. So yeah, can you? Yeah, you have to do some learning thing. You're going to have to get some learning opportunities in there. Ultimately, it's hard to do. And that is because the level of, you have two blindfolded kind of things with swords. It is going to be something that everybody's competing. Once you have a big competition with anything, now the drama starts and the favoritism starts, right? Because I like Sally Sue over in that corner of the room. She's related to my brother's dog's sister's uncle's aunt. And I got to hire Sally Sue because otherwise, they're going to be pissed and they're going to disown me. So there's some favoritism in any job, any place with high competition. There's going to be favoritism. And that's going to be difficult to do because that's going to mean you're going to get interview you. And they're going to hire somebody else anyway because, they said, hey, I interviewed 5 people and Sally Sue's dog's aunt's uncle's relative over here, they were the best qualified. They were, obviously their favoritism is going to be rampant. It's going to be difficult. It's just going to be difficult. Coming to the end of 2022, I'm just going to say no. We have too many blindfolds. We have a level of education that's required. Can you go and get 15 certs in the next 6 months? Maybe, sure, why not? But it just feels like it's really difficult, not something that it really feels like you need to just jump into something different, right? So anyway, but that is my reading. Ultimately, we're going to go with a thumbs down. I'm sorry, we're going to go with a thumbs down on this one. I apologize. But that is it for the makeup readings. Again, sorry I lost power. I won't ever lose power again. So I know all y'all are yelling at me, go get a UPS and stuff. Well, problem is the whole city went out. So it's not like my house died with power. So that means that all the junctures where the internet is actually hosted at died. So even if I have all of these UPSs set up on this computer, my router, the internet of the street died, you're out of luck. So it doesn't really matter. If I do start having a problem where, this local room dies power or this local thing, then maybe I'll invest in it. But it is when the street level, box goes out for the internet, you're kind of, and there's not squat you're going to do. Anyway, that is it for me. Thank you for putting up with last night, and we'll see you tonight.